Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lydia and happy February. We made it through January and I'm so happy. January was a very long month. We are currently in a lockdown in the UK, but we made it. It is the 1st of February and this month is a lot shorter, which is exciting. To celebrate the start of February or the end of January, I'm going to be sharing with you my first favourites video of 2021. I'm going to share things that I've been loving this month. So I've got a lot of Disney Plus stuff that I've been watching, Netflix stuff. I've got quite a lot of books to show you and just give kind of little reviews on them, and then also some little bits and pieces as well that I've been liking. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is my 2021 diary. If you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is _tangledindisney. If you want to check me out on there, you will have seen this diary on there. I'm hoping to take more photos of this diary and just show it off more on my Instagram because it's so stunning. If you don't know, this is the Thomas Kinkade diary calendar. It features different artwork that Thomas Kinkade has created, obviously Disney ones. Yeah, it's just a really great diary. It makes me feel so happy when I'm writing in it. It gives me a bit of Disney to look at. This is the first artwork for the first week of January. And you have Mickey and Minnie on a cute little bridge with the sunlight shining on them. Then you have Belle and the Beast dancing in like the moonlight, it's so cute. Then we have Aristocats. I love this. This is so cool. And then for the final week in January, we have 101 Dalmatians. The next little thing is this exfoliator. I know it's very random. I don't usually share skincare on here, but this has been great for my skin. If you can't tell, I do have like a few spots around my chin here. I don't wear foundation anymore. I kind of like don't really wear a lot of makeup anymore just because I'm at home. But yeah, I do have like a few spots here. And a couple of days ago now, like 3 days ago, I had like several of these spots were like big. They were like really red and sore. My whole kind of chin felt swollen. It wasn't, but like it felt like that. So I used this. I have been using this like on and off throughout the weeks, and it's just been really good for my skin. And as you can tell, they have gone down, and it's been like what, 3 days I think since I last used this, so it's definitely like helped the spots to clear up. So it is the number 7 Radiant Results Purifying Intense Pore Scrub. I use this like with my hands. I just do circular motions with my hands, put a bit of water on. I just kind of leave it on my skin for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a number 7 one. I do have quite a lot of number 7 products now, and it's like my go-to skincare brand. It's really good, so yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're kind of suffering with spots like me. Then I've also had quite a bit of magic mail this month, so I had some pins arrive, and then we also had some pops, some Funko Pops arrive. So I will leave those videos up above in case you want to go check them out and see what pins I got and also what Funkos we got in our Pop in a Box subscription. And now I'm going to go on to the books that I've read. I read 4 books in January, which is a lot for me. Usually I kind of do 2 books, maybe even 1 book if I'm kind of slow that month. But 4 books was like a great accomplishment for me in January. I spent a lot of time reading. The first book I read was Me Before You. If you haven't read this book, you have to go and read it. I feel like I'm very late to the game, but I'm so happy that I've read it. It is one of my favourite books of all time. I'm so glad I finally got around to doing it. And then I read After You as well, which is the second book in the trilogy. This book again centers around the main character Louisa, and it basically like follows on from her like trying to kind of process everything that happened in the first book and trying to kind of like get her life back on track and find like who she is. There's also like some love interests in this as well, but the kind of main storyline was kind of centered around a character that I wasn't expecting. It took me like completely by surprise when this kind of young teenage character comes into it. I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't read it, but I just wasn't expecting it because I did think this would be more of like a romance-y novel like this one. This one is definitely a romance novel, and it is in one respect, but it's also about like kind of family and like discovering yourself. kind of parenthood in a way, and having like a responsibility and stuff. I don't want to say too much. So I think on Goodreads I gave this 4 stars because it just wasn't what I was expecting, and some parts I felt were a little bit slow, but it was a really good book. It just wasn't as good as this one. I don't think you can get as good as the first one. The next 2 books I read were graphic novels, comic books, whatever you want to call them, and they are based on the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina TV show. I was so happy to finally read the graphic novel. This is actually my brother's, but he let me borrow it and read it. He's read it and he absolutely loved it. It's got like 100-ish pages, so it's not too long to read, but if you love Sabrina, definitely read it, because it does kind of go off similar storylines to Sabrina. I wouldn't say it's very similar. There is like a lot of differences with this book to the television show, but you still have the same characters. It just kind of goes in a different direction in a way. There's a lot of twists, a lot of turns in this which I wasn't expecting, and there's quite a lot of references to Riverdale. A few of the Riverdale characters pop up in this book and in the other book that I'm going to show you, which I think is really nice. And then the final book that I read was actually the second book to the Sabrina novel. I read it on our iPad because we had it with Prime Reading on my Kindle, and then I just downloaded the app on here, so then I could actually see the artwork on a bigger screen, but it also be in colour as well because my Kindle is in black and white. So yeah, it was really nice to like see it like on a big screen. But they are split into 3, so there's 3 different like volumes, books, comics. I don't really know the right word for them, but they follow on from the first book, and I just really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. It was very dark again, very unique to the kind of storyline. Characters that we don't really see in the television shows popped up. And then the final things I'm going to share with you are things that I have watched this month. So I've watched quite a lot of television shows. I haven't watched a lot of films this month. The first ones I'm going to say are from Disney Plus. So obviously we are watching WandaVision right now. It's coming out every week on Fridays, and I just absolutely love it. It's made me fall in love with Wanda and with Vision a whole lot more, and I just can't wait to see what happens. Episode 4 was just like mind blown. Like, I just was not expecting that. I feel like every episode has been like a complete mind-blowing experience, but definitely episode 4 like just blew my mind even more. I'm excited to see more characters being involved in it. Characters that we haven't seen for literally years have come back, and I'm so happy. I cannot wait to see their kind of involvement in the whole storyline. So I've been watching that. I've also watched all of the Pixar popcorn shorts. They are really good. I watched them all in one go, and they have different ones from obviously Toy Story, Finding Nemo, there's a Coco one, there's a Soul one. Just love the like creativity with it as well. You get to see like characters again that you haven't seen for a while, like the Toy Story characters. I love the kind of start of it with like the Pixar lamp and how they've incorporated popcorn into it. That's really creative and really cool. Made me laugh every single time because they were all different. I also started On Point. That is a like documentary television show on Disney Plus, and it's about a ballet school in New York, and it kind of shows the kind of whole process into getting into the ballet school, what the students have to do when they're at the ballet school, and you know, just all of that kind of stuff. And I'm really liking it. I did ballet up until I was around 16 or 17, not kind of professionally or anything like that. It was literally just for fun, and it was just really nice to like go back to that through this television show and kind of remember things that I'd forgotten. It's just a really nice television show, especially if you love dance and you love ballet. So yeah, I watched that, and then I also watched the High School Musical, the musical holiday special, because I couldn't find it on Disney Plus during the holiday season, during Christmas. and then I managed to find it in January, so I thought I'm gonna watch it. I don't care the fact that Christmas has been and gone, and it was a really nice show. It was like 45 minutes long, and every actor in the show performs a song, performs a Christmas song, and it was just really, really nice. They also did like some kind of quick fire questions and stuff like that to get to know the actors a little bit more, which was really cool. And then at the end there was a sneak peek to the next season, and I'm so excited for it, so that was really nice to watch as well. But those are a couple of things that I've been watching on Disney Plus. I'm now going to say things that I've watched on Netflix. I've watched quite a lot of stuff on Netflix this month. I watched Death to 2020, which you just have to watch, don't you? So yeah, that one was funny. I wasn't expecting it to be that funny. I'm glad that it was, because you know, it helped me to watch everything that went on in 2020 without like crying or turning it off or whatever. So yeah, that was a good thing to watch. It was about an hour long. My mum and I are also watching Dream Home Makeover, which I'm absolutely loving. I love like makeover, like home makeover programs. I love like grand designs and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really cool to watch. It's set in America. We also watched the whole of The Circle USA. That was really good. If you loved The Circle in the UK, definitely watch the US version. We also watched season 1 of Derry Girls. I have heard so many great things about this show, and I finally got around to finish it and watch it, and it's really, really good. We obviously watched Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as well. I'm so sad that it's the final season, like the final season is gone now. It is so good, and it didn't deserve to be cancelled. It really didn't. It had so much more to give, and yeah, I'm just so sad the fact that it only had 2 seasons, but I'm definitely going to rewatch it though from the beginning. It's just a great show, so I definitely recommend watching that. We've also been watching Drag Race UK and also the US version, so we have been spoiled because we have 2 versions to watch, and it's great. It's really good watching them both like kind of parallel to each other. We've also been watching Bridgerton. If you haven't watched this television show, where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? Like, come on, you have to watch it. I think like 63 million households have watched it, which is incredible, like so insane. And I can see why, because it's so amazing and it's just funny and it's relevant, and I just love it. I just love it so much, and I'm so happy that they are doing a season 2. And then finally, I'm just going to quickly say some stuff that we've been watching on Sky. So we watched Wonder Woman. We bought it to rent for I think 48 hours I think, and it was great. It was so worth it. I definitely recommend watching it if you are a DC fan, Wonder Woman fan, superhero fan. Just go watch it. It's great. If you're an 80s fan as well, oh my gosh, it was so good, the fact that it was set in the 80s. And then finally, we have been watching Westworld. We are towards the beginning of season 2. It does switch a lot between different storylines, the same with season 1. So if that's not your thing, then maybe don't watch it. But it is really good. I do really like it. I like the characters. I like how it's set in like this Western world, like theme park. But then obviously season 2 things happen and things go down, so yeah, it's not really the same anymore. But I'm not going to say anything else in case you haven't watched it. And those are the things that we've been watching in January, and just the things that I've been loving in January. Let me know down below what you have been watching on Netflix or on Sky or on Disney Plus this month. Let me know what books you've been reading in January. Just give me your recommendations, because I'm always up for finding new shows, new films, new books. So yeah, give me your recommendations if you have any. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this from me, more Disney content, vlogs, book videos, hauls, that type of thing. And also make sure to give this video a little cheeky thumbs up as well if you enjoyed it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!